What is up, my friends, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a very particular Zerg cheese. Not exactly excited that I got a Zerg for the first game, but it doesn't matter, we're still going to try it anyway. So I was watching a stream the other day, and I saw someone who said he was inspired by my Proxy Hatch series do a macro spinecrawler rush. And I don't even know if I've done that version before, but I thought it would look so cool that I just had to do it in my next video. So the Zerg player's name was End of Line, by the way. Credit where credit's due, of course. Now, this build probably mostly works against Terran, to be fair, because against Terran, when you Spinecrawler Rush, or just when you Proxy Hatch, they tend to go on the high ground, and they go for fast tanks and blah, 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 right? And then if you just have one Spinecrawler, then it's actually, you know, pretty good for you. You can maybe kill the wall if you're lucky, and then you can macro from there. Now, that's why I'm a little worried for the first game, because we are playing against a freaking Zerg, and I'm gonna have to do a macro Spinecrawler rush. Now, the big difference here is that I saw that when he did that build, he skipped the gas, I think. Either he used it for something different or he skipped the gas, because I didn't see Zergling speed. And he only made one Spinecrawler. So it's really very non-committal. So as you can see, I'm not gonna, you know, go for the gas here. I'm gonna send one drone. I really think against Zerg, you need like at least 2 spines. I'm also actually... Wait a second. No, wait. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is, because we're playing against a Zerg, I'm going to make 2 spines, but skip the gas. So that's how I'm going to make this a more macro-heavy build against Zerg. Because I think... I mean, I could try to only make 1 spine against Zerg, but I just think we can't deny the natural at all, and that's at least what we need to do if we want to macro out of it. So that's how I'm going to switch it up here. Against Protoss, I could do the same version where I go for 2 spines without the gas. Against Terran, I'm definitely going to go for the 1 spine only, but for now, I think 2 spines is going to be the way. I'm going to make a queen here as well, just because the queens have always been absolutely MVP tier. Let's see. Okay, so there is indeed a regular hatchery. At this point, he should already know that I do not have a hatchery at home. And this is gonna hit with about 10 Zerglings, a queen, and 2 Spinecrawlers. Then I think I'm gonna make a drone here already. And I need to make sure that I actually get... wait, there's no overlord. No, he's actually sent both overlords across. Okay. I'm gonna get a queen at home as well, of course. So now he's gonna see that... Okay, this is gonna be so funny. I think he has to try and hold the natural, right? I don't know how he's gonna do it, but he's definitely going to try. Let's see if he's building spines already. No spines yet. I'm actually... No, I'm not gonna do anything, because I locked my transfuses too much. I would guess that he's making a baling nest then. Let's see. Okay, there's a queen over here. Can I snipe that queen? I think we can get that queen, guys. Genuinely. Here we go, because these are getting very, very close. I can be in range of the ramp. Oh, look at this. Yes, we're gonna get the queen. Oh, that is actually massive. He made a spine on the high ground. Okay, I'm gonna make a hatchery at home. I'm so nervous about this, guys, but this is how we're gonna play it. I could make more... spines at the front now. I mean, I'm making a hatchery at home already, guys. This is massive. Let's get one overlord a little closer. We're gonna be able to kill... what were those Zerglings? I thought there were some Zerglings in there. Maybe it was pure broodlings, I'm not sure. I'm gonna make 1 spine at home, because I think he could try to run by at some point. I need to put down 1 croup tumor over here. And we're gonna have the 4 spines here. There's something across... Oh, it's just the one... Okay, I actually got jump scared there a little bit. I was like, oh my goodness, did a lot of links make their way across the map, and somehow I didn't see like some kind of proxy hatch or whatever, but no, it was just the 1 Zergling that he sent out to scout earlier. Now, I think I could probably go for a gas now. I'm gonna make 3 drones. I think I should position my links in a way that he can't run by easily. I think that is the right idea. Now, there's something I'm doubting right now, guys, and that is... okay, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, he could be making Ravagers, so I might have to make something else than pure spine. I think that makes sense. So now what I'm gonna do... this is gonna sound incredibly tryhard, but I'm gonna have to do this. So every time he biles a Spinecrawler, I have to move it out of the way. And then I'm gonna start making mass links again. I think it makes sense. Let's see, which one does he go for now? He's gonna go for this one. So here we go. I have a decent amount of links actually coming in here. So the spines are really gonna do a good amount of work. Let's see, he's gonna bile 1. He biled this one. Okay, I thought I was slightly late on that, but apparently still in time. And I mean, this is actually going incredibly well with the reburrowing of the Spinecrawlers, right? Actually going fantastic. Here we go. Gonna remove this one. Now we're gonna start speed. In fact, this is going so well, I'm kind of thinking about making another... Actually, no, I'm gonna send it home. Keep in mind... Oh, I saw that one. Okay. I saw it goes with a mini-map, by the way. That was actually pretty cool that I that I managed to do that. Okay, he's gonna try to sneak by. Gotta make sure that it doesn't happen. Okay, if he goes by here, we're actually chilling because I don't have to unburrow the spine. It's only one Ravager. I guess that means that he lost another one. I can cancel this burrow the moment he biles it. Exactly, there we go. But it is actually working so freaking fantastically. I am mining with 6 drones from my natural, guys. Isn't absolutely massive. Okay, I wanted to go for that Ravager. He's probably gonna try and snipe this. I have a transfuse here, so I can just fight this. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful here. I'm gonna move this one a little bit further back, so he's gonna have a harder time running by. I think that is the right idea. I'm gonna keep it there for now, because otherwise he would be able to get on top of the other spine crawler as well. I'm gonna move both of them a little up, I think. That is the right move. Could use another queen at home for sure. He is going for that one, so let me... I can't actually kill that Ravager in time, I don't think so. Here we go. Oh, we're buying so much freaking time. He's targeting this one, so we move this one back a little bit. My spine is now in range, or his spine is in range, so that means he actually kind of has to fight this, by the way. And we are going to obliterate his spine crawler. He's targeting this one, so we'll reburrow it. His link speed has now finished. I mean, I'm not mining super much from the natural, but I am mining, right? I'm just gonna send out one link to scout for bases around. Now, this might be a little shocking to you guys, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a lair. The reason why I'm making a lair is simply that I can get, like, literally 2 mutas out at some point. Oh, if he fights, I'm gonna go for this. That's 2 Ravage. Oh, no, the queens are a little bit too energy rich, so he would have been able to transfuse, which would not be pleasant. Okay, let's see if I can get 1 Ravager. It'd be so freaking nice. I think instead of the surrounds, I should be focusing on the reburrowing again, because the biles are doing more damage. I'm not really making up for it with my surrounds. Let's see, we go here. Move this one back. Make sure my links also don't get biled, of course. Okay, ooh, move this out of the way. Ooh. I feel like he's so close to getting absolutely massively surrounded. Oh, I actually misclicked there. I tried to get that one out of the way, but I failed. Okay, so we're slipping up just a little bit here. Let's see if I can go for anything. I can definitely move this one back. I mean, I am getting just a crazy amount of links. I do have a transfuse for that spine crawler, by the way. I think at this point, going for creep is a bad idea, because he's more likely to attack me. Yeah, but actually, he doesn't seem to have too many transfuses right now. We're on top of a couple of Ravagers, guys. Look at this. I think both Ravagers are going to fall. Yes, exactly. Beautiful. And now the spines are such a nuisance again. Okay, so the lair has finished. So now, I know it looks really dumb, but I'm making a spire with 1 gas, because, like, I'm going to be able to get, like, 4 mutas out or whatever, and it's going to be good enough. He is still on 1 base right now, guys. Even if he's going to get upgrades and maybe roach speed, I think it's just going to be an absolutely massive problem for him. I'm going to make another queen. Can I afford a couple drones? I think I can sneak a couple drones in there. I made 4 drones. Like, he just never wants to fight when there's no Ravagers to buy all the spine crawlers. As you can see, my main base is mining out right now, guys. And that means that his main base is also mining out, because obviously, I think he's probably even mining more than me for the most part, right? So his main base must be completely dry at this point, or half dry, I should say. And let's see, he's probably going to go for a bile at the bottom one, if I had to guess. He's still trying to force me to unburrow the spine. Here we go. I have another transfuse coming up. I think I'm going to use it on that one. At this point, we can actually start our gases, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna make a lot of drones. I know it looks crazy. The reason why I'm going for the drones is because I think I can make spine crawlers in time to defend my own base. I think I'm gonna do it now, actually, before he breaks through. I think that's a really good idea. Okay, so the spire is now finished. I don't need to mine the gas yet, because as you can see, I still have enough gas for now. Gonna start making my Mutalis here. Okay, since the queens are forward, it looks like he's going to try to break it. I can also run into his main base right now, by the way. Wouldn't be... Okay, no, he's moving back over here in a good position. Yeah, okay, so he is going to try to break it with all of his queens. I don't think we can really do much about it. Like, he's just going to be able to break us fully. He's making bailings now as well, because he really wants to break it. Okay, I'm just going to buy as much time as I can. More spines over here is going to be a good idea. And now he's going to see the first Mutalis. Let me just micro back against those bailings. There we go. He's not going to be happy seeing the mutas, that's for sure. Obviously, it's not going to be a problem for now because he has queens in his own base, but it's going to be a very big problem for later in the game, that is for sure. Ooh, I'm actually gonna lose a bunch of overlords here. For some reason, I didn't think about those overlords gonna die. I'm just... Well, I want to rebuild or make drones first, and then I'll rebuild the overlords. I think that is the right way to go about it. Let's go into the main base. Is there a spore? There's no spore yet. Oh, this is gonna be painful. The queens are all out of position, right? And he can go across the map. But what's gonna happen if he goes across the map? He's gonna run into the spine crawlers. I'm just targeting as many drones as I can. That spore is gonna finish and is gonna freaking own my mutas, so... Here we go. Now he's gonna go across the map, but the 4 spines are already ready. And even though the end of this game has definitely been a little more messy, I think we have secured this game beautifully. And the macro spinecrawler rush is extremely satisfying, extremely cool. Once again, credit to End of Line for inspiring me here. But this is freaking awesome, okay? I absolutely loved everything. You know, maybe I can use my creep tumors to scout, actually. Once again, sounds really dumb, but if I can spread the creep all the way here, I'm gonna know if he has the base. He's gonna lose every single roach because he does not have roach speed. Hey, something I didn't think about, guys, is that my creep tumor... Ooh, that's the wrong muta. Slightly poor micro by me. My creep tumor was on his base. I was wondering why he didn't retake that, but it's because my creep tumor was literally blocking his base. He needed the spore crawler to kill the creep tumor, and there we go. Tell me that wasn't freaking beautiful, guys. And I'm gonna be completely honest here. For ZVZ, this kind of looked like a better strategy because I was able to afford a lot of links. My economy behind it was decent. Now, we do have to look at the full picture here. So normally in ZVZ, they try to defend it by playing link bailing. The thing I was worried about the most is that you could just run by with a million links, make bailings, and I wouldn't really be able to defend it. So I really needed to have my Zergling spread in case he was going to run by. That could be a very complicated scenario. There is another thing that we could do, by the way, and that is to make, for example... If it's Link Bane, we can make 2 evolution chambers here. The spine crawlers cannot reach it until he spreads creep that he can burrow here, and even that's gonna take a very long time. Yo, we're gonna remember that one if we get another ZVZ, but this was a fantastic warm-up game. Let's go to game number 2. Game number 2 is against Ego Death, a 5000 MMR Protoss player on Incorporeal. Now, against Protoss, I think we're just going to do the same build we did last game. I already talked about it a bit in the previous game. I feel like it makes a lot of sense, because against Protoss, just having 1 spine, I just don't think you're going to chew through the wall fast enough. So, for the most part... Actually, do I... Yeah, I think I extractor trick, right? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay. I was trying to refigure out my build there for a second. Didn't want to mess it up right at the start. So, Protoss players mostly wall their natural. If they don't, they're kind of crazy. And if they... don't do that, they should probably wall this. I think we played against... There was a Zerg recently, or a Protoss recently that didn't wall anything off, and it was incredibly weird. But usually they should wall this off, and with 1 spine, you're just not going to be able to chew through it fast enough, I think. So, we're going to go for 2 spines, but without the gas. If we're going to play against Terran later on, hopefully we will, I will definitely try the 1 spinecrawler build, because that just sounds fantastic. But against Protoss, I think we're going to have to go... Oh, I should have made the Overlord first, actually. I think we're just going to go for the 2 spine version without the gas. And then I imagine the way it's going to go is that we're just going to have to make a million queens from all of our hatcheries, probably including the forward one, to be able to deal with the Stargate. And then, yeah, we'll see it from there. You guys know that my favorite kind of game are like the super chaotic ones where, you know, I also don't know what's going to happen, and I would find it amazing if we could get one of those type of games. I'm going to send my 2 drones out now. Second Overlord is not in time with this build to see where the probe is going, so we're just going to have to guess. I'm going to go towards the right side here. If he doesn't see us, that would be very nice. Most of the time, they will send out a second probe to check for a proxy hatchery, but okay, so he's actually still here. That's very interesting. But it could also be the case that he would have sent this probe to check all the way around, and then he would find it very, very late, because it's right there in his face. It's actually not that easy to find if you don't send out that second probe. So he's waiting on my natural for now. Let's see what we can find here. There is indeed a wall. This pylon makes me think that he's gonna make cannons for some reason. It doesn't look like he is, though. If he's not paying attention, we can kill this probe really fast. Exactly, that's nice. If he was paying attention, then I don't think we would have gone for that, but as it stands... That's a very late forge. So he's kind of in the middle of greediness and safeness, because he did go for the Nexus, no second gateway. But he did make the Zealot, and now he's making a delayed Forge. I'm not even quite sure whether to call this greedy or safe. Like, the Forge is normally a bit overly safe, but... Oh, wait, it's an Adept. Oh, no. That Adept, is he gonna die, guys? That would be... I think he's just dead. Oh, the adept dies before the battery finishes, and I was going to have to make cannons. He is going to be able to wall this off, but realistically, my spines are going to be able to shoot. That's not a wall off. Oh, no, it's not a wall off. Oh, my friend. It hurts. It hurts. Yep. I knew I didn't have to say anything else. Okay, well, I mean, this was intended to be a macro spine crawler rush, as you can see. And the follow-up looks pretty good already. I do have to admit, I struggle a little bit with the exact attacking moment, because you kind of have to take the hatchery in the middle of the attack. And then, like, the initial attack in particular, right? When you have to move the spines forward. It's very, attention intensive, even more so than APM. And then in the middle of it, you also have to make the queen here. But you kind of want to know whether you have larva to spend your money on first, because you might want to continue the attack. I think if we went for the cannons first, I think you guys can see the vision here, right? Imagine if you made the forge already, there would be a cannon here. What I could have done is not make any extra zerglings from here, get the extra spine that I was going to build anyway, kill everything in the wall that I can build, get the creep as far into his natural as possible so he can't build here, and then we can just transition, make queens and a million drones at home, including from this hatchery. 2 queens from here would mean that the void ray can't even break us, and this looks very, very promising. As usual in the spine rush videos, we are going to have some very easy dubs because they play a little bit too greedy, but still learned a lot. Let's keep it going. Game number 3 is going to be against another Zerg player. Now, normally, I know we're not super excited for mirror matchups, but I think after the first one, and also after a ZVZ that we played in the previous Spine Rush video, I think ZVZ is starting to look a little more enticing here, because those games have just been absolutely incredible, and I'm just gonna go for the same thing again. I do think that it's somewhat likely to be a similarly cool game, because, like, I'm even trying to think about it, right? If I would play against that stuff, it doesn't seem that easy to go up against, right? Because it's not a normal cheese, right? You're probably more expecting a 12 pool, or maybe even a 13-12, right? Gas pool, and you go for like Link Flood or even with Baneling, so they're busy preparing for that stuff. They might make a spine in their main mineral line, or a Baneling nest, blah, blah, blah. And then suddenly there's 2 spines in their natural, and they probably can't save the natural. First of all, they need to make that decision. Am I gonna try or not? And then they still need to figure out how they want to try it, because, we've seen the Banelings, we've seen someone have their own 2 spine crawlers coming down the ramp, we have seen the Roach Ravagers today. So yeah, it's really not that easy to play against. I don't even know what I would do myself. I mean, I would never find myself in a position doing a normal opening in ZVZ, first of all, but, that part aside, I'm not quite sure what I would do. Now, I do need to get my drones across. This map seems a little awkward for it somehow, because they might be in the path of my opponent's Overlord. Now, once again, let me remind myself to put my camera hotkeys, because it is very easy to forget in this kind of game. I think it's a good time to send my drones out already, right? I'm gonna sneak them around a little bit. Okay, so there's the Overlord. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty safe then. As long as we're on this side of the map, we're not going to be spotted by that Overlord. Could have made... Nah, actually, I think it's fine. I could have made 2 more drones, I wanted to say, just to make sure I'm fully saturated, but I think having the maximum amount of links is more important. Definitely could have afforded 1 more drone, but it also doesn't really matter, because now I'm going to be able to afford all my stuff. Okay, so the Overlord is there. Let's just make sure to go slightly more to the left, just so he wouldn't see me. Yeah, look at the minerals here. This is pretty beautiful, right? Spending all the minerals, couldn't even afford 1 set of extra Zerglings. That is very, very nice. Now, I've made 10 links already. He's gonna see my links finish now. He should know that it's not a 12 pool. I don't know what he's gonna think, actually, because it's a pretty weird timing for links to finish. Let me keep those here for now, because it's a very good... well, it's a big giveaway if I send them in right away, that there's a proxy hatcher, and I don't want him to know. For as long as I can avoid it, I would prefer him not to know. Okay, so let's see. I have a lot of links now. Queen is going to finish as well, so let's send the queen in. Now I got the links as well. Spines are going to go in. Can't burrow them quite yet. Gonna make a queen over here, and now we are going to see. What can I find? I'm gonna... Actually, this is gonna be a really nice attack for me initially. Got 2 spines here already as well. This queen is gonna die right away! Look at this. Yes, okay. We're not gonna get too many drones here, but actually maybe that one would be very nice. Okay, so we do get the drone, and now we're gonna be able to kill the hatchery, and now we're gonna take our own hatchery, and we have found ourselves into a similar position once again. Now, I am gonna do the same thing again, which is just to make 2 extra... Guys, should I do the Evo thing? I think there's a chance he might try to run by. That's the thing. Am I crazy enough to... I'm so freaking tempted. Let's see if I can find anything. Like, you might have a baling nest. It kind of looks like it's going to be a baling nest, right? Let's see what I can find with the Zergling. Okay, there is indeed a baling nest like I expected. Okay, I'm gonna... Look at this. This is so freaking stupid, but... Tell me this is not the coolest freaking thing ever, guys. Come on. How beautiful is this? Let's make a couple more drones. Oh, man, it's gorgeous. Okay, and I got transfuses as well. I should probably be a little careful at home, I guess. Maybe I could have like an overlord or something. Look at the Banes! The Banes can't get through! Oh my god, guys, come on. How good is this? Guys, I'm gonna go for a full wall. This is the dumbest thing this guy has ever seen. I'm sure of it. There is nothing this guy has seen that is dumber than this. Oh my goodness, isn't this beautiful? He's probably gonna try to bust the Evos if I had to guess. I guess I might as well put a creep tumor over there. Actually, hey, one strategy that I could do is just to put as many creep tumors as possible on the hatchery location, right? I mean, once again, it sounds incredibly dumb, but... Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hotkey... Oops. I'm gonna hotkey my spines so I can target the banelings better. How about that? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's what I did. I accidentally hotkeyed my drones instead of the hatchery. Yeah, he's gonna try to go for an Omega bust. You can see it, indeed. I think I'm gonna make a couple of extra lings. Okay, here we go. He's gonna try to... Look, he doesn't realize it's a full wall, guys! Look how beautiful that is! Okay, he's gonna go for the run-by. Actually, it looked like he was gonna go for the run-by. Yeah, yes, indeed. Okay. Then what I'm gonna have to do is make... Well, first of all, a couple links over here, of course. And then, let's see. I can put my queens on the ramp. I think that's gonna be a nice way to go about it. I'm gonna be able to kill all of his drones. I would guess that he's gonna make some banelings on the attack. It is gonna buy me a lot of time. Look at this, guys. It's gonna buy me so much freaking time. He is currently losing all of his drones. These queens are popping the frick off. I can actually move this one out of the way. Look at that micro. Oh, isn't that cool, guys? And then I can move this one out of the way soon. When the HP gets a little lower. These Zerglings are doing so much work. The queens have absolutely popped off. We have defended this. There are no workers left. GG is called. The 5 evolution chamber natural wall off, baby. Did you guys ever think, how is ZVZ now the best matchup? How have we just done this? Oh my, it is so freaking gorgeous, guys. He actually went for the roach warren behind it too. I would guess that I was more like, I might break this and then I'll go for roaches after. I probably was expecting to take his natural at some point. I think, by the way, I could have definitely made some spines back at home a little faster, because keep in mind, I had no gas. Probably was never going to break the 4 spines behind the wall with 2 transfuses and about 16 links. Actually, no, they were already finished. So about, what is that, 11 links. So maybe I could have just protected at home. But this, look how cool this was. He went for it. I had the spines hotkeyed so I could target the Banes. He walked all the way down here just to realize it was also walled off. Was forced to use all the Banes on the wall. The Brootlings from the evolution chamber blocked so many lings. As you can see, these spines, Brootlings, and lings killed so many. And by the time he was through, I mean, it's still 20 lings, but it's just not that many. A little bit of a side note, by the way. Look at his money. You might think he macroed like crap. He didn't have enough larvae because I didn't let him get a natural. Somehow, his answer might be to get a macro hatch in the main on one base because he can't spend the larva. Or maybe he needs to go for the gas and go for a lair. But oh my goodness, what an absolute delight. What a pleasure. Once again, shout out to Mr. Guy for giving me this idea, but we're not done yet. Let's play another one. Game number 4 is against another Protoss. Alright, so no Terran yet, but this is going to be a good opportunity to see if what we've learned in that quick victory against the other Mr. Protoss, if we can use that to get another dub over here. Now, I do think that sometimes my builds, perhaps they depend a little bit too much. Actually, wait, where's the scouting path on this? The probe could go either way, and I'm trying to figure out which one it is, but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like the probe would go to the middle, but maybe not. Yeah, I'm just gonna go here. I guess we'll pray. I was gonna say, sometimes my builds depend a little bit too much on my opponents doing, like, the regular scout timings and whatnot. Like, if he would scout, like, a little later, for example, he would see my hatchery, and that would make it a lot more difficult. Now, this hatchery I can't really place in a lot of ways because of this annoying ramp over here. Didn't actually factor that in when I was looking at which maps to veto for this challenge. But I guess, I mean, it's still good enough. Made the Overlord. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're still on track with the build. Second Overlord is going to have to go over here. And then spawning pool. And then let's see. Should I make an extra drone this time or not? It's a bit tricky against Protoss because sometimes I feel like we need like every single Zergling we can get and ideally more. And sometimes they play in a more passive way and then I feel like we might as well have made, you know, 0 Zerglings. I'm not quite sure what's going to be the right option here. I think I can make one more drone here. That sounds okay to me. Now, at this point, I would imagine that he would have seen this. The gateway is going to be here, I guess. If he built it here, he probably would have seen it already. It's going to finish soon. I think that is about the timing of the gateway. Also, a quick little detail that you can pick up on is that I don't think we've seen a scout yet. And it's quite likely that if he would have scouted a little later, he sees the hatchery, he would just go back instead of still scouting my base because he already knows what we're doing. Now, I might not know exactly, but exactly, he knows, right? So, okay. Oh, he went for the double gate response. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a tough one to make this work. This is definitely one of those games where we are going to need every single Zergling. He's going... For a second, I thought he was going to retreat. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to build my spines on 2 opposite sides. He's making a slight mistake here that he doesn't realize. Oh, we're going to be able to get in. The probe's going to die, I think. Yes, nice. Okay, no nexus, by the way. Very important. What you want to do ideally is you want to deny the spines from coming up. Wait, is it possible? Am I going to be able to... I think I'm going to be able to get another probe. Look at this. Yes, it's massive. Okay. Now, queen number 1 finished. Lings are almost here. Now, he did go for 3 zealots, which is a pretty significant amount. I think I'm going to go for another spine crawler. Let's see. Okay, so this one I can definitely move already. I'll move them one by one, actually. So if he wants to jump on one of them, it's not going to work right away. Okay, it looks like he's not going to, so I'm going to move it a little closer. He does not want to attack into this, I think. Yeah, okay, this is 100%... Like, keep in mind, he doesn't have the Nexus. I think this is 100% the type of game... Oh, look! Yeah, that's 2 zealots out of battery range, I believe. Yes, very nice. Okay. I need to make another queen. I need to make my hatchery on my natural, because I really don't think we're going to, like, break him. I really think this is going to be... We're going to kill all of these buildings, and then we'll see kind of game, right? Okay, let's make one more, and then we're going to go for the natural hatchery. Spine crawlers are just whacking away, which is perfect. Can drop more creep tumors. Need to make sure I really don't lose this queen, by the way, because that transfuse is worth gold right now. Could he have made like a Stargate already? I want to say no. I'm not going to say that very confidently. I kind of want to make another spine. I'm going to wait to the last moment to transfuse, so he might commit for it. I'm also not going to... Okay, so he's going to go for it now. There we go. And then we transfuse it. Yo, those batteries are... Guys, actually, if those gateways die, we can go in there, you know? I already have a hatchery building. That gateway's going to die as well. I think... Yeah, okay, what we're going to do is we want to kill all of those buildings, so we're just going to go in here. Not necessarily what I was going for. Those Lings actually killed a freaking Stalker, by the way, which is insane. I'm just going in here fully, just so we can go for all of the buildings. I'm going to make even more spines. I guess I might as well at this point. Do we need to build anything at the home? I still don't really think we do. Hey, I can actually kill those pylons too, by the way. I still have a bunch of transfuses. Okay, I might need another creep tumor over here. So let's be careful with that. Let's transfuse this bad boy. Did I make... Okay, I thought I heard something finish from this hatchery, but I guess not. I mean, I'm just chilling here. I'm gonna make more queens. I think at some point... Yo, maybe I should make a spore crawler. How about that? Are we afraid of DTs? I guess we always are afraid of DTs. I don't know if they're really on the way, but I guess you can never really be too safe here. So let's make one spore. I think that makes sense. Like, I don't think he has a probe on the map, and that means... Let's micro the spine crawler. That means that he has to go through here with his DTs, and then I only need a spore over here. Now, I could be completely wrong about this. Dude, this is so funny. How many drones do I have? I have 24 drones. He doesn't have a natural yet, guys. Should I, like, make something at home? I'm really not quite sure. I guess I do want at least one spore, and I'll make a spine as well. I think maybe what would be smart for me to do is I'm going to make one... Oops. I'm going to make one pair of Lings here. And actually, I'll make 2 pairs, and then I can just scout around the map. I think that's a good idea. Let's see. Let's try to make sure that queen doesn't get sniped still, of course. We're going to make more and more drones. I think transfuse... Oh, actually... Okay, I think he could have killed that because I saved it a little slow. Could have done a slightly better job there. Now, he does have one battery with juice on it. That's a little bit unfortunate. Hey, I just realized the creep is far enough that he can't actually expand. Can he build that Nexus? I don't think he can, right? I think that Nexus is just going to be blocked forever. I'm still just making queens everywhere because why? Oh, transfuse. There we go. That spore is also very nice for intimidating factors. Wait, did he just... I think I just saw him move his stuff upstairs, right? Yeah, I did. Exactly, okay. Well, let's just get some more units up here. Units, I say. Spine crawlers, right? Yeah, I think I might have to... Oh, that maybe could have been saved. I do have a transfuse for that one. That's going to be pretty nice. Is it time for me to make some Zerglings yet? I mean, I'm basically fully saturated here. I think I could probably make a whole wave of Oh, I actually got supply blocked. Never mind then. I do have another queen over here. Okay, I almost have a transfuse. Oh, yes, there we go. Oh, that is so nice. Giving us a couple extra hits. And that actually, we killed a Stalker because of that. And now the next couple spines are also going to finish. I don't know if he realizes how much I have back at home. I don't think he would be happy if he realized that I have a fully saturated natural. Well, this is all going on. I'm now making 1 million slowlings, by the way. Oh, actually, for some reason, my brain just assumed that those were going to be drones. My supply is 71. And as far as I can tell, our opponent has... Okay, he has a Robo. Okay, well, that is something. I thought he was just going to have a couple Stalkers, but he does have the Robo. Okay, I got transfuses on these. Do need to make sure I'm actually on creep. Kind of hard to see because of those, yeah, death animations or whatever. And now I got a lot of slow links. I can kind of just chill in front of here. I think it's a good time to get some gas, actually. Okay, I can transfuse this one. Like, spines do so much damage if they just get to shoot you without, you know, being attacked. Like, they die relatively fast, but... Yeah, I mean, if I have Lings in front, like, what is he really gonna do about it, you know? Ideally, I have them all in a line, but it's pretty hard to do. Okay, looks like he wants to go for it. I think I could probably take a little bit of a fight here. Should I transfuse my queens? I think it's a decent idea, actually. Yeah, let's go for it. Target fire the prism. Yeah, I think that was good enough. And now we can chill again for a little bit. That's not what I wanted to do. My camera hotkeys are still messed up because I just assumed this game was going to end before I had to take a freaking third base. And now I didn't have my third base camera hotkey. All right, here we go again. Let's just make sure to target the prism with those. Actually, a pretty good amount of damage on that Immortal as well. Now, what we want to do here is just make sure that we don't commit too hard on the defense. And with that, I mostly mean that the next couple links... Actually, this I can send because he's really fighting into the spines. But the next couple links, I mostly mean for when he breaks this, inevitably. We should send them home for sure. Now, actually, I did kind of... I would have been happy to have that Evo that I cancelled earlier. So after 9 minutes, he broke out of his natural. I'll be honest, I could have macroed way better behind this, but I had no idea when he was actually going to break it. Like, it took him so long. I didn't really expect it to take that freaking long, but... I mean, I should be happy with it, of course. Now, what should I make besides this with the amount of gas I have? That I'm not quite sure about. As per usual, I am sending way too many overlords across the map, of course, so they could be hunted. Let's see, I'm going to go for the melee upgrade. He's making a lot of sentries. Oh, actually, I should have made a Roach Warren, not for the Roach. Like, I just kind of thought Roaches wouldn't be that good against this if I don't have speed, but I should have made them for the Ravagers. That would have been a perfect way to spend my money. Okay, well, I mean, oh, this is going to be very painful for him. This Nexus is going to die for sure. I do need my queens at the front. I wasn't sure where the prism was going to go. Okay, there we go. Let's see. He does have a lot of freaking Immortals. Like, that is an impressively scary amount, I have to say. And with that, I mean two. But queens are really good against this. I can also just transfuse this Spine Crawler a couple times. There we go, getting a lot of damage in. Every single probe has already been boiled at this point. I don't have a transfuse for that one, sadly. Let me go forward, try to do some damage on the prism. There you go, got a couple more Ling reinforcements. Okay, and now, oh, I don't think he was looking at home. There we go, the prism dies, and that means that he is officially dead, I would say. I mean, to be honest, I feel like he's been officially quote-unquote dead for a while, but... Now his entire base is gonna die. If he has hit an expansion, that would actually be something for me to worry about. I have so much gas that I don't need. All these freaking mind games I play on myself, like, oh no, I did something wrong, I should have done this, and then I still do it when it's like way too late. And now I have 800 gas because I was gonna make some Ravagers. That obviously never happened. Now the thing is, he can't actually get in here because of the spine, and he's gonna lose his base. Okay, the spine triggered that barrier, so now we're gonna go for the snipe on that Immortal, of course. And now we're gonna go for the snipe on the second Immortal. GG is called. And there we go. Beautiful freaking strategy, guys. Really loved just every bit of this. I think this game was a very good example of how this could work well against Protoss. I would say that the biggest thing that I would do different, in case you guys felt like it was still too difficult at the start, is that at some point I should have just stopped making spines. And I would say that was probably when I killed the final buildings over here. Like, maybe even now, right? Yeah, but probably right now. Okay, so these extra spines. Spore Crawler probably wasn't necessary, but I kind of like the idea still. But I think the extra spines here probably not necessary. Could have just made a third base. Mine exactly 100 gas, make mass links, and there's just no way to lose. But you guys know me. I always like to go a little bit insane with my things. In the end, these 2 spines did still finish, so maybe these ones were okay, but the next ones weren't. I don't know. But fantastic strategy, really only making links without even taking the gases, expanding behind it. Beautiful ZVZs. The most fun ZVZs I've ever played, probably really, really enjoyable. This EVP was awesome, and that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.